It was a quiet afternoon in a small town. Thomas, an ordinary man with an unremarkable life, sat on his usual bench in the park. The sun was setting and people were heading home. He had no family, no close friends, just a job at the local hardware store. Peaceful. Simple. Then everything changed. A scream pierced the air. Thomas looked up. A woman was running toward him, panic in her eyes. Behind her, two men were chasing, their heavy footsteps getting closer. Without thinking, Thomas jumped to his feet, heart racing. He didn't know what was happening, but he couldn't stand by. The woman tripped, falling. Thomas grabbed her arm and pulled her up. "Get up! Run!" he urged. She nodded, too terrified to speak, and together they ran down a narrow alley. They reached the end of the alley, pausing to catch their breath. "Who are they?" Thomas asked. "Thugs," the woman stammered. "They've been following me. I don't know why." Thomas didn't have time to ask more. "Do you have somewhere to go?" "Yes, a friend nearby." They moved quickly, staying off the main streets. But as they rounded a corner, one of the thugs appeared, blocking their path. He sneered. "Think you can escape?" Thomas stepped forward. "Leave her alone." The thug laughed. "What are you going to do?" Before he could react, Thomas stepped aside, shoving him hard into a pile of garbage. They kept running, the sound of footsteps following. They turned another corner, reaching a busy street. People were walking by, oblivious to the danger they'd just escaped. "Where now?" Thomas asked. The woman pointed to a small apartment building. They quickly crossed to it, but the second thug was waiting at the door. He was blocking their way. "There's no way out," she whispered. But Thomas wasn't giving up. He grabbed a trash can lid, holding it like a shield. "Stay behind me." The thug smirked. "You think that'll stop me?" Just then, the roar of an engine cut through the tension. A car screeched to a halt. A man in a suit stepped out, shouting, "Get in!" Without thinking, Thomas pulled the woman toward the car, and they jumped inside just as the thug lunged. The car sped away, leaving the danger behind. As they drove off, the woman looked at Thomas, her eyes filled with gratitude. "I didn't know where to turn, but you were there when I needed you most." And in that moment, Thomas realized, sometimes, even when you don't think you're strong enough, you can find the courage to help. Heroes don't always look like we expect. The rescue no one saw coming might be the one that changes everything. If you like this story, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. And remember, even in your most ordinary moments, you might be the hero someone needs. Keep believing in the power of small acts of courage.